morning, everybody. My name is Jeff Gallo from CPA firm Grennan Fender, and I'm a founder member of the CEO Leadership Forums. And this is our 19th event since 2016. I can't believe it's been that many of them. We have two groups here in Orlando. This one is headed by the Center State Bank, and we have 13 member sponsors, and you see their names up here. At the end of the day, we've invited all of you here to learn from each other, learn from some speakers. There are some students here as well. And in 2019, we're going to have 25 students benefiting from the scholarship funds that have been put up by this organization. We've raised over $200,000 in the last few years, and our primary focus is to help position students with the small and mid-sized businesses that need talent, okay? And our organization has helped facilitate 2 Bachelor of Applied Sciences degrees in the past few years, and I'm going to ask one of the officers of Valencia College to step up here. She has just come up from Florida International University. She is the Vice President of Academic Affairs for Valencia College, and it is just with great pleasure because I've worked with Nasser Hedayat for the last 3.5 years, and to have such a vibrant young lady come in and lead the show now, I am so pleased. And so please welcome Dr. Artze Vega.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
What a treat for me. I was meeting with Nasser yesterday, and I said, Nasser, when's this next convening of the CEO Leadership Forum? Because I've been hearing about it since I got here about 3 months ago, and I would love to kind of see it for myself. He said, good news, it's tomorrow morning. So here I am, I'm delighted. This is a little treat at the start of my day before I begin what may be very familiar to some of you, which is a marathon of meetings. So it is a great pleasure that I am here to meet a few of you, to kind of see your faces, to see our key partners. Something that I've been drawn to for really a couple of decades now has been the mission of the community college, and one of the distinguishing features of this sector of higher education is this, right? This is such a beautiful example of what happens when you are of community, with community, for community, learning from community. I have seen firsthand that this partnership is really instrumental to us doing right by our students, right? We're learning from you so that they can thrive in all of the ways that academia makes possible, the kinds of successes that are both tangible and intangible. And I also know how much you contribute both in terms of your time and your insights and your expertise with each other, with our students, and helping us and offer the best possible education. I know you have an agenda that you came here for, and I wish I could stay, so I've asked Nasser to take notes so I can take all of the best ideas. But mostly I just wanted to say, thank you for doing this. Thank you for your time, your leadership, your insights. Whatever you are able to give financially is just a bonus. And we can assure you that we're going to do right by it, by your time. Our new provost has assembled a really powerful team. We have really impactful work ahead, both for our students, for the community. And we know that we cannot achieve these really lofty goals that we are setting without this kind of partnership. So my heartfelt thanks. If I can do anything, Nasser knows how to find me. I am absolutely accessible if there's any way that I can be helpful to you. And I just look forward to continuing to meet you and to sustain these relationships moving forward. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Okay, what I'd like to do at this point, you had heard about internships, and one of the things that we have really worked hard to do is to make the process of getting students. How many of you tried to hire interns here? I mean, sometimes it can be a real pain. So what we've done here is asked one of our partners. Actually, I didn't have to ask her. She's the type of person who just jumps up and steps up. And my friend Nicole McMurray from Apple One is one of the most vibrant young ladies I've ever met, and a great leader for their local office. And so they have stepped up, and they've essentially taken charge of trying to formalize really the back office administration for the Distinguished Internship Program. Yes, this does have a name, and we are going to be moving students through it. So as opposed to, all right, there's a job post, all right, there's going to be a couple of ways that this is going to work. I'm going to ask, of course, you can do a hell of a lot better job than I can in explaining it. Yeah, but yes, it is. And through Nasser and Michelle and your group, we have come a long way. And she's going to share how this is going to work.
All right, hey everyone, good morning. Yeah, oh wow, an unexpected round of applause. Thank you. I always get identified as loud, but when you're my height, it's the only option to be heard. So I can say I'm a tiny mom. One of the things that I love so much about our CEO Leadership Forum is that we get to serve our community. And I saw you raise some hands if you've tried to hire an intern before. We know even now that the market is really tight and it's hard to find good talent. We also know that Valencia has amazing students and their flexibility to work with us is incredible. And so it really brought this to life. We've been working on this program with Jeff for a few years now, and we're so excited that it's here. We do call it the Distinguished Internship Program. It's sponsored by the CEO Leadership Forum and then powered by Apple One. In your folder, I did include a flyer to the left to just help navigate through this process alongside of you. In our program, we are going to offer internship placement services. So what that means is we'll help you source an intern. We're going to benchmark the opportunity alongside of you. We'll place your ad. We'll provide the talent for you. I internally am hiring 6 interns at Apple One to be able to simulate what our clients are going to be going through. And so through the interview process, I've called some students, and they're like, you couldn't have picked a worse time to call me. I'm in the middle of midterms. I'm like, can you transfer me to your mom? I want to talk to her. And so that process, we're going to take that stress off of you. If you already have, and there are amazing students too. The 6 that we hired wrote us thank you notes and looked me in the eye and answered amazing questions, and we're so excited to have them. So there's a ton of hope out there for your relationship with the students. We also are going to offer internship payrolling through our program. And what that means is if you already have an intern but you don't want to handle all the back end, we'll power that process for you. As Jeff so wonderfully stated, you'll have access to our 25 internship candidates. You'll have direct access. We're going to provide access to the Valencia leadership as well. Valencia does some amazing things. So just to give you an idea, we hear the word intern, but there's so much more to it. They've created programs where it's been a 2-year co-op, and you've had the intern working but obtaining college credit. So we can get as creative as you need to provide a result for you. And then the best part, I think, is we thought that this was so important to our community that we now have a full-time regional student desk manager. So Megan in the back, she might have done your name tag. This is her full-time job. She's on campus with her laptop, meeting students at Starbucks, creating those direct relationships to make sure that when you do have a need, that we are able to serve you well through the CEO Leadership Forum. So good news, we're going to be here until the break. So before you run into the restroom, if you want to stop and talk to us, and then we'll be gone. And then if you need us beyond that, please reach out to your partners here, and they can bring us in to navigate this program with you. Okay? Any questions, concerns? All right, I'll step up.
All right, thanks. Okay, here is our agenda. So we're just about on time. Just a few housekeeping things. The bathrooms are about 50 yards down on the right. And we will have a break at around 10:15. So if you can wait that long, cool. All right, so the first thing actually the first one up will be Joe Pici. You will get a kick out of Joe. He is from my neck of the woods. And then Eric Shulman and Carson Shaffer will be talking about pivoting within your intergenerational workforce. I think that is a real important topic these days, especially for small and mid-sized businesses. Then Roy Richardson is going to talk about cybersecurity. This is a real hot topic these days, and he's going to bring some important things to bear there. Then we'll have the break, and then Chris Cucci and Gareth Cohen will be talking about your financial report card and ratios and things like that, for about an hour. And then we'll have a CEO spotlight, Tim Fisher of Vactron Equipment, and he's got a really cool story, a lot of experience in building up businesses and transitioning. So a lot of things going on here. Stay tuned. You have all these materials as well. I will be sending them by email, so you will have a PDF file of this just in case you lose this. There are some folks